Welcome back to the India Today, My India Axis poll that's bringing you all the big numbers of the elections of 2017. Exit poll time. Okay, it's time then to take you to the lovely state of Uttarakhand, the hill state of Uttarakhand. Who's winning the battle for Uttarakhand? Let's tell you what the My India Axis India Today group poll is saying. First, the methodology. Remember, uniquely we've gone again to all the constituencies. Pradeep Gupta and his team say it's a representative sample across demographics and geographies of Uttarakhand. Remember, there are 70 seats on offer. 12,161 was the sample that's gone across all the 70 seats of the state of Uttarakhand. Let's then tell you the big numbers. 2012, this is what had happened in Uttarakhand. The Congress came to power after being 5 years out of it, and that's exactly what's happened every time in Uttarakhand with 32 seats out of 70. They didn't have a majority but formed a government with independents and the BSP. The BJP had 31, so the gap was very close at the time. But those 7 seats made the difference. They went with the Congress, and the Congress was the single largest party at the time. This is what had happened in 2012. Take a look now at what we believe is happening in these elections of 2017. First, the vote shares. Narendra Modi has reason to smile because it's 43% is the vote share, we believe, for the BJP-led alliance. 43%. The Congress 34%, so it's a gap of 9% there. And you have the others and smaller parties, including the BSP with 8%, and the other parties really getting squeezed out this time, 15% there. How is this all going into numbers? The numbers in Uttarakhand. This is what the India Today group, My India Axis poll is saying now for Uttarakhand. The big numbers as of now. The BJP will get 46 to 53 seats out of 70 is what the prediction of Pradeep Gupta and the Axis team here is. At number 2 will be the Congress, which is 12 to 21. So the gap is huge. It's a huge landslide as per this poll. This is as close as you can get to a landslide in Uttarakhand. The BSP 1 to 2. And remember, others have traditionally got 1 to 4 seats. There are independents, many of whom have been denied tickets, both BJP and Congress rebels. Pradeep Gupta is smiling. Sure of this?
Again, I'm pretty much sure. See, just look at the last 5 years of Congress government from year 1. They are facing a solid political problem and crisis. Right from CM to MLA defected them, number 1. Number 2, there have been floods almost every year, so there is a revelation problems. Number 3, on the other side, small states depend on the central government, the aid from central government. So people always prefer to have the common government.
Okay, and also of course Uttarakhand historically, if you look at it, from 2002 has changed governments every 5 years. So Sandeep, not surprising, even though there are congressmen today who are telling me it's much closer, your sense, history with the BJP plus the anti-incumbency cloudburst, many Congress rebels have shifted. 14 Congress rebels have actually been given BJP tickets this time. So clearly the BJP has done every kind, has really tried to get the momentum with it.
It's not just that it's a continuation of a trend of people voting for the alternate party.
Yes.
But I think 2 more things have happened. This time, if we go by our exit poll, the gap between the BJP and Congress is 9 percentage points, which I think is something unique and different. The 2 leading contestants have such a huge difference between the 2, which clearly indicates that the 5 years of that government has not been something people have taken kindly to. And I think the third point that I would like to make with regard to Uttarakhand is the BJP has been able to do well as per our projections in spite of the fact that they have not projected a chief ministerial face for Uttarakhand, which clearly means that they are riding on the popularity of the government in Delhi and the leadership.
It's very interesting, and I want to bring in Pratap Singh Bajwa, the Congress leader who's joining me straight from the Rajya Sabha, because you've come at the wrong time. You should have come when you were celebrating on Punjab, and I'm giving you a result of Uttarakhand at the moment. Happy with Punjab and disappointed with Uttarakhand.
Definitely.
कभी खुशी कभी गम सर.
ये तो सियासत का एक हिस्सा ही है. So we are celebrating on Punjab and Uttarakhand. I can't say you are right on Punjab and wrong on Uttarakhand.
That's why. That's why I trapped you. Now you can't even deny my poll. You can't even deny my poll, Mr. Bajwa.
I can't even say on one hand you are right.
And many are,
another hand
no,
you
many
are
are
not.
saying you are winning Punjab by default.
No,
because
I
there is
don't-
not. And if Uttarakhand you are losing because you did not provide a good government, nor did you give Harish Rawat the kind of power he should have had 5 years ago. You brought him in only after Vijay Bahuguna, who today is a defector, messed up the cloudburst rehabilitation in 2013. Do you agree that the Congress, in a sense, deserves to lose in Uttarakhand and doesn't really deserve to win in Punjab?
No, I don't agree with you at all, because in Punjab, Congress has a very good track record of governance. People were looking for a stable government, for a stable leadership over
So
there.
it'll be if you win Punjab, it's a victory of Amrinder,
No,
and your failure in Uttarakhand is had you given Harish Rawat the same powers 5 years
no
ago.
one person you could credit with victory in Punjab. The whole party has worked, the whole leadership has worked. It is not one person.
Okay.
It is always teamwork. So, and when we lose, it is not only one leader who loses, the whole team loses.
Can I bring in Vivek Kumar
I
at the moment?
don't,
Vivek, are you surprised between what is happening in Punjab and Uttarakhand? Interestingly, the BSP was once a force in both these states. It's getting squeezed out, particularly in Uttarakhand. Congress versus BJP. The BJP is taking the entire anti-incumbency vote.
No, what I think is important, if you see Congress and BJP, Congress has really decimated their local leaders in most of the states. Punjab is one where actually they could get Amrinder Singh as a face.
Last minute.
And had they not got it, I think they have seen the same fate as they are facing.
Interestingly, because Mr. Bajwa is an opponent of Amrinder Singh, but we'll discuss that on another day at another time.
Don't put me on that. I have fully supported the Congress. I have fully
You
supported
support Amrinder Singh?
Yeah, why
Okay,
not?
there was a
I
time you
have
did.
support.
There was a time you did, but Surjit Bhalla, I want to come to an important
Okay,
point.
sure.
In states where it's Congress versus BJP, and we've seen this repeatedly in different states that it's happening, it's the BJP which is triumphing over the Congress. Where it is a direct fight, we've seen it in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, now we are seeing it in Uttarakhand. Is that a trend that we are going to see? Or should we say every 5 years Uttarakhandis believe, let's try someone else?
No, I think, look, if one looks at, and we'll find out on the 11th, but if one looks at the trend, basically the Congress is disappearing as a party, and what BJP is replacing it. So it's not so much that it is a BJP Congress fight in one place or the other, except Punjab. It is that the Congress is not in opposition. If you just look at what happened in 2014, and that's the other point I want to come to, is that Uttarakhand, your exit poll results suggest that really the base for analysis for 2017 election should be 2014 rather than the previous
So
assembly.
2014, when all the 5 seats in Uttarakhand were swept by the BJP, you believe should be the basis for analysis for Uttarakhand?
Yeah, and for the other states.
And including Uttar Pradesh?
Including Uttar Pradesh, very much so. So, for example, the Congress in 2014 obtained 34% of the vote, which is almost identical to what the vote share is in this exit poll.
But I want to come back to that question. Ashok,
I think that's the important question
I
for
agree,
analysis.
but in states where were traditional bipolar fight, does the BJP emerging as the stronger party surprise you at all? Or do you believe this is only reflective of Uttarakhand, as I said, a state where governments have changed every 5 years, dating back to the formation of the state in 2002?
It's a difficult question to answer because there are not too many states where BJP and Congress are the only two political parties which are facing each other.
I'm giving you examples. Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh as 3 examples in the heartland itself.
Gujarat itself.
Madhya Pradesh.
Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh.
Yeah.
See, there.
But the point is, in 2014, sorry to interrupt, in 2014 they weren't, if you will, equal opponents.
Yes.
That's the story.
Well, yes, go ahead.
Go ahead, sorry.
See, coming back to Uttarakhand, I think starting from 2014, as Surjit is suggesting, will not be correct because if you look at 2004, 2009, 2014, the difference in voting percentage of the two parties was much more than the voting percentage change, a difference in Vidhan Sabha elections, which is always between 0.7 and 2%. Now, what Pradeep is saying, it's not only a landslide in Punjab, where BJP, Shiromani Akali Dal is getting wiped out. What is happening in Uttarakhand is Congress is suffering an avalanche.
And the
It's the
avalanche, I'm
difference
just
is-
wondering, it's an avalanche or it's the cloudburst? Is it fair to say that 2013 was the turning point. You messed up the avalanche, the cloudburst. Vijay Bahuguna 6 months later is sacked. He then joins the BJP. 13 defectors have joined from the Congress to the BJP. All have been given tickets. It's Sam Dam Danda Bhed politics of Amit Shah. He's taken Congress defectors, many of whom were targeted by the BJP only to win this election.
Yeah, but don't forget, as Surjit said, there was this massive mood for the BJP at that time. So there's no way, even if he had done moderately well, would he have been able to save Uttarakhand from BJP in those years. But I must also add a few things to the point that you had mentioned earlier,
Yes.
where there's a straight fight between Congress and BJP, the BJP tends to win. The outlier here is Punjab, because Punjab has always had a leader of eminence in the Congress party. And it's been so for a long, long time, well before Amarinder Singh.
But can I, the point then,
so-
Dipankar, is that if what you're saying is true, the Congress at the end, if these numbers hold, could well only look at Punjab as the only state there in power in North India, along with Himachal Pradesh.
And if that is true, there's a further political lesson, and that is this: don't undermine your state-level leaders.
Yeah. You see, starting from Narendra Modi in
Yes.
Gujarat,
Yes.
Raman Singh in Chhattisgarh, and then Shivraj, from nowhere they are everywhere. And last but not the least, Vasundhara. So I think they have created leaders at the grassroots level, and because of that they have garnered the vote and support.
Rajdeep, I must
Yes.
tell you one thing. When you asked about these defections from Congress to BJP,
Yes.
I think we should have anticipated this result, because the venerable leader Narendra Tiwari, when he shifted from Congress to BJP, we should have known that he knows the mood.
No, is it a
So he
shift
has
or is
shifted.
it? No, the fact that the BJP was ready to take a the fact that the BJP was ready to take a 90-year-old Narendra Tiwari in their party.
No, they did not.
Now they're doing it in your states with SM Krishna. I'm just wondering whether the shift in the I come back to it, bipolar states, and there are a few. Is it advantage BJP in those states where you don't have a strong regional party?
Rajdeep, it looks today to be an advantage because we are in a cycle of elections where the Congress is in the back foot.
Yes.
And it is losing one state after another where it is in direct competition with the Congress, be it Haryana, be it all the states which we have talked about.
Yes.
But I think the real acid test will be Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, where you will have the BJP defending a track record of 15 years. And if there too, you see the Congress on the retreat, then
No, but
what
I-
No,
you're
no,
saying is-
but can I just one
Just
minute?
one moment. What
Yes.
Surjit said, I think, is important, because that is for another day.
Yes.
A lot depends on what happens today. And to forecast what might happen in another election is far too premature.
But I want to press you on this, Mr. Bajwa. If these results hold, and we've just given 2 states so far, you would have lost another state in Uttarakhand, possibly gained Punjab. But it means that the Congress is in power in this country in 4.5 states only. 2 in the northeast, Himachal, Punjab, and half the state of Puducherry. That's the Congress party. That's all that you are reduced to. Meghalaya, Mizoram, Puducherry, Himachal Pradesh, and your hope in Punjab.
Karnataka.
And Karnataka. I'm sorry because I'm almost discounting that. I almost believe that you lose Karnataka next year. Where does that leave you? Isn't that a very, very difficult position to be in?
It is a difficult position. The BJP has been in a much worse position in 84. They came down to a figure of just 2. From there, see, it is this whole cycle will be once completed. Once this anti-incumbency against the BJP government is also going to start at the center in the states, and then cycle changes.
I agree, but let me tell you another thought which Professor Yogendra Yadav has shared this with me. I don't think there is any state, with the possible exception of Andhra Pradesh, where the Congress has lost 2 consecutive elections and not come back to, and then failed.
Punjab? I
Punjab
haven't
could
not
be that
coming
one
back.
exception.
Yeah.
So therefore, you are clutching at straws. When you say BJP was 3 seats, then you are clutching at straws. by yourself.
Punjab or Tamil Nadu, the opponent.
One by
is-
one, please.
Even states like Punjab and Puducherry, their main opponent is not the BJP but other parties. So wherever the opposition to the Congress is possibly a state-based party which has had a term, and or a alliance, it has done well in the recent past also. Wherever the direct competition has been with the BJP in the last 3 years, there has been a problem for the Congress.
Okay, that's the question.
The other straw that the
Yes.
Congress is clutching on, as it has for the last few years, is by reference to the 2 seats that the BJP got in 1984.
Yes.
Then it was the exuberance of youth They were able to get 2 seats in 1984. Now, in your case, it's the decay of the geriatrics. Basically, you are on the big downhill, and the BJP was on a big upswing starting 1984.
But can I ask one final question on
No, but the
Uttarakhand?
BJP one minute.
Dipankar Gupta,
The
just a minute.
BJP was an upswing because of the nationalist vote at that time.
No, I take your point.
I mean the Congress. The
But I
Congress.
want one last point. Everyone believes that to win a state election, you need a strong chief ministerial candidate. The BJP has no chief ministerial candidate in Uttarakhand. Yet the numbers are showing the BJP well ahead. Does that mean one size fits all is bad politics? You can't in every state expect only on the basis of chief ministerial candidates a state to be won. Would I be right in saying that? At times the anti-incumbency is just enough. Possibly Harish Rawat is probably the most popular leader in Uttarakhand as per our poll. Am I correct? Harish Rawat is the preferred choice for chief minister?
Yes, from the Congress side voters.
From the Congress side voters. Possibly even across the divide, he might be the most preferred.
Other way around, Mr. Bhandari was the preferred candidate, and Mr. Bhandari is above 75 years of age.
Khanduri.
But people, Khanduri,
Yeah,
and people are calling him. I mean, he's the most popular.
they don't have
choice.
General Khanduri, they don't have a chief ministerial candidate, and yet they are winning. Am I to understand that there are times when you don't need a chief ministerial candidate anymore? Narendra Modi is the chief ministerial candidate of Uttarakhand.
Exactly. This is why, as I said earlier, in many instances such as the one we are witnessing now,
Yes.
one shouldn't just be looking at it in purely local terms. There are national factors, and these national factors overlay local factors to produce a combination that early election trends cannot foresee.
Okay, I'm going to take a break, but before that, Surjit, first signs possibly the demonetization, which you believe is a referendum issue, because this is a remittance economy state. Number of Uttarakhandis travel outside Uttarakhand, send their money back. Demonetization, despite that, BJP doing very, very well in Uttarakhand as per our poll.
Yeah, and that's what we've seen over the last 3-4
Music
weeks.
to your ears.
No, apart from that, I mean, I think that's a controversial issue.
Yes.
And as the data comes in, whether the economy suffered, how much it suffered, which is very well debated and should be debated. What was assumed as a given was that demonetization in terms of job losses, etc., pertained broadly to the poor. And what we have seen over the last 4 weeks, whether you look at Odisha, or you look at Maharashtra, or you look at Faridabad, wherever you look, the vote by the vast majority of the population is saying that demonetization did not hurt them in terms of their voting preferences, and indeed enhanced their voting preference for the BJP.
We'll see that. That will be an interesting little nugget to look at. How did demonetization play on voter preferences? We'll ask Pradeep whether there are any figures to see that. But clearly at the moment it appears that, if anything, at least in a state like Uttarakhand, has done no damage to the BJP. It could even have benefited the BJP in some way or the other. Let's take a break. When we return, we are turning to my favorite state. We'll be turning to Goa and finding out who is winning the battle for Goa, and also the state of Manipur. The first ever exit poll on Manipur is also coming up here.